Hello and welcome to Getting Your Money's Worth, the show that focuses on value. I'm Judith West, and our guest today is Bill Rappel, Director of Computer for Youth, and also, which belongs to this group, America Forward. Right. Okay. Thanks, Bill. I know you filled in at the last minute for us, so thank you so much for that.
Pleasure to
Tell me something. Computer for Youth. I know what it sounds like, but give us some background on your mission.
Sure. Our focus is on improving the home learning environment for low-income students.
Home learning
environment. And the way that we do that is that we select a middle school in a low-income neighborhood. Right now we're in 3 other cities, soon to be in the Bay Area, but we're in Philadelphia, Atlanta, and New York. We were founded in New York. And once a middle school is selected, we provide every 6th grader in that school with a home computer loaded with educational software. And those are the resources that we're bringing to home. And all the research shows that parents that are involved in their children's schoolwork, those students stay in school longer and they do better in school.
Okay, well let's take that apart. So first off, I like your notion of the fact that you're talking about the home learning. When I did my student teaching at Hunter College High School, I remember my mentor for the teaching said to me, and I've never forgotten it, the best desk is the kitchen table. And it's
absolutely true.
Right. And you pick middle school. Why middle school? What's special about middle school, Bill?
Well, for many families, that's the time when parents feel like they can sort of let go of the student and pay more attention to their children that are in elementary school. And actually, it's a time of such transition that they really want to focus more on that student. We see in California and New York, test scores dropping off precipitously between 5th grade and 6th grade.
Right, it's a very tough age.
Right.
So do you work along with the school system, or how does that, walk me through that piece.
Right, it's an excellent question. Schools apply to our program, and as you can imagine, it's a very competitive program. So it's not just need, there's a lot of other criteria for it in terms of leadership, in terms of having a grasp of the impact that parents helping their children learn can have in the classroom. So we go through that stage, and then once a school is selected, as I said, we train the 6th grade, but then we work with the school, with the teachers, to see how they might be able to augment what they're doing in the classroom by utilizing software that's home, the software that we provide. So
it is a joint effort.
It's absolutely a joint effort.
Right.
We made a conscious decision 9 years ago.
And you're 9 years old.
9 years old.
So how do you get the money for all these computers? What do you do?
Well, the computers are donated to us by Fortune 500 companies in Atlanta and in New York and Philadelphia.
That's a good way.
And they tend to upgrade every couple of years. So these are not sort of the old computer that's been in the closet in some family's house for lots of years. And we refurbish them, and then we put all our software on them. And the software goes through an extensive vetting process with students and educators working together, students from our partner schools. The students.
So you actually take used computers?
Yes, we take
refurbished. They're shipped to you?
We usually pick them up.
Oh, you can pick them up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is very good. Right. So anybody can help you?
Well, usually, yes. Though we, almost all our computers, for those individuals who are thinking, this is the way to get rid of my old computer, we don't take those individual computers, but companies.
From companies,
yep,
okay. So you get so when companies go through and do a refurbishing or something, you get a nice chunk there.
Right.
And then what do? You hook them up for the kids in their home. You get them online services.
Right.
I mean, it's more than just the computer.
Yes, absolutely. In order to get the computer, it's free for the families, but the one thing that we ask is that the parent or guardian and the child show up for a half-day workshop at their school. And that's less a workshop about computers and more a workshop about getting parents acquainted with the software and getting them to understand what a difference their involvement in their child's learning has.
So it's a family approach, which has and there's a bigger ripple effect than just giving the computer.
Right, yes. No, people, because of our name, I think, tend to get focused on the tool itself, but from our standpoint, That's just the conduit to bringing all these resources into the home.
The tool is almost incidental.
Right. I mean, it's critical, but it's absolutely.
I know that, but so then a site or a situation everybody can get around.
Yeah, we like to describe it as sort of the new hearth. You were talking about the kitchen table. In the homes of our families, it tends to be located in a central location, so people are gathered around it more often than not. It's not like the child who takes his laptop and goes into his room and closes the door.
Right.
So it lends itself to people being around.
To be a family affair.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, there is an organization called America Forward. Such as yours. Tell us something about that organization. I want to get it out there for our viewers.
Right. I think may not be familiar with the term social entrepreneur, but I think.
I'd like you to. What does that mean, social entrepreneur?
Well, most people know about what an entrepreneur is.
Sure.
You take Bill Gates or you take Thomas Edison. That's an entrepreneur, and they're trying to tackle problems in the marketplace for commercial benefit. We're trying to tackle problems that are in the lives of people around the country that are difficult to solve. For instance, poverty, illiteracy, health, exactly, and get the smartest minds focused on those and come up with innovative solutions. For example, everyone has been working nationally on school reform for a long time.
Absolutely,
and,
myself included.
Right, and it's a very difficult nut to crack, and lots of resources have been.
Let's say that one more time. Very difficult nut to crack.
It's a very difficult nut to crack, but a social entrepreneur will look at that problem and say, well, is there a way that people haven't thought? That we've approached it is all the resources, for the most part, at least at the middle school level, are spent in the classroom itself.
Right.
When only 13% of a child's waking hours between 0 and 18 are spent in that classroom.
Right.
Which means there's a lot of learning taking place outside that classroom.
Not always the best kind.
And, well, not always the best kind, but that's where parents come in.
Okay.
And so our idea is to take some of those resources and build on the environment. And the technology allows us to do that.
Okay. Back to this concept of entrepreneurship. Kind of nimble mind, the kind of outside the box thinking, not to use an overused term, the kind of passion, if you would, that an entrepreneur brings to his own business. America Forward looks for that in organizations that will transfer those same kind of skills into helping to solve some social problems.
Right, and I think the other thing that's important to note is measuring impact.
Right.
That it's just like a business, there's a bottom line. And for a long time, people thought, well, in the world of social improvement, you didn't need to have a lot of those metrics. And what social entrepreneurs bring to the table is this hard-minded view of, if this is going to be successful, it can't just be a feel-good operation. That's great if that happens, but it has to actually have measurable outcomes.
There has to be some accountability, some results. If
Exactly.
You know, the one thing that drives me crazy about education, Bill, is that it's the single industry on the planet that there's no relationship between how much money is spent and what the end product is.
Right.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the things, just sort of taking that and looking at it slightly differently. I think there are a lot of people out there who feel like income determines whether or not, as a parent, you're interested in your child doing well in school.
Right.
And that's simply not true. It doesn't matter whether you're earning $5 a week or whether you're earning $100,000 a year. Parents want their children to do well in school, and they have the influence to encourage their kids and care about their kids more than anyone else who's involved in their children's life.
Right.
So getting them involved in the process makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And really what you guys are doing too by providing this tool, if you would, is it works in whatever the family constellation is, whether it's grandparents, whether it's a single
Absolutely.
family, whether it's a guardian, it works in whoever is the caretaker
Right.
of the child.
Family is broadly defined.
Yeah. Now, you've been doing this for 9 years. Do you have some metrics of your own?
We do. We are in that time. We have distributed. Let's see, over 12,000 computers in 3 states. We've worked with. In terms of our training, we've trained over 24,000
Who provides
people.
this training?
We do. We do.
Do you have a group in your organization?
Absolutely, yes. We have our master teachers, and they come in on a Saturday. Our training's on Saturdays. They're wonderful events. I encourage you to come. We'll
I would.
have to get you an
Yeah,
invitation.
right. I'm not such a. I would put myself at about a 4. I'm a 4+ on computers.
That's all right. You're not doing any programming. You're not replacing a hard drive. It's nothing complicated. But what we're focused on is this software, how to...
And the kids come in on a Saturday with their parents?
The kids come in on a Saturday, and how many times do parents spend such a concentrated amount of time? That's 4 hours where you're just with the child, and it's great because the child is actually showing the parent all that they know. So even if they don't know the software, they usually are a bit more nimble with the mouse and the keyboard than their parents are.
Right.
So in addition to it being a great learning experience, it's a really joyous event for the family.
For the kids to show. And these teachers then, and they're available if parents need more help or the kids need more help?
I'm glad you brought that up. Just a couple of things in terms of metrics. One is we're seeing that our program is having an impact on math test scores specifically. So
good.
We
certainly need that in this country.
Yes, absolutely right.
Maybe you'll help us get back to where we used to be instead of being, 17th or 18th in the world now?
We're trying. And also in terms of student engagement and parent involvement. Those, in terms of where we see our impact, those are 3 areas where we're seeing an impact. And then in terms of help after the workshop, because it's only a half-day workshop, we provide extensive technical support. We have a bilingual help desk for people to call. That's for the life of the computer.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
For the first year, we cover parts and labor, and so it's.
Okay. So, can I call you a social entrepreneur?
Yes, I think you can call everyone who works for our organization and who's part of the America Forward Coalition.
How many? There's 60-some organizations.
Yeah, there are a lot of people doing incredibly innovative
It's amazing.
things.
A lot of and so many people don't know that this is going on.
Right.
Right. I said I'm going to do a program one of these days. Ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things.
Right.
And we're going to call you up, Bill.
Well, that's very kind.
Thanks for being on the show, and especially thanks for coming on such late notice.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I think what you guys do is terrific.
Thank you.
You're watching Getting Your Money's Worth. I'm Judith West. Our guest today is Bill Rappel, Director of Computers for Youth, and also a member of this America Forward Coalition of social entrepreneurs who want to make a difference in this world. Thanks for being on. Thanks for watching.